Clamor Sportscast, here with a special announcement. This next episode is sponsored by Danny Wimmer Presents Louder Than Life. It'll be held September 17th through the 20th, 2026 at the Kentucky Expo Center, Louisville, Kentucky. Make sure you check it out. You're going to have big bands, Limp Bizkit, Tool, My Chemical Romance, and of course, Iron Maiden. Please check it out and stay tuned for this next episode. Calamar Sportscast, back on course summit here with Mr. Haven. Of course, he's definitely in charge of the Bourbon BBQ Mayhem. It's going to be the 28th to the 29th. Also, for the first time ever, I got three people on my podcast right now, just me and two other people, which is completely awesome. And I appreciate us talking to me. It's Tim Mayhem Moten. He's an undefeated boxer. Of course, he's going to fight at the same event for the Kentucky heavyweight title. So how's it going, fellas?
Man, it's going good.
It's going.
Yeah, that's completely awesome. So, Mr. Haven, so of course this is a big event. This is the second event, correct, for the Bourbon Barbecue?
Yes, second year we've done Bourbon BBQ and Mayhem. As you said, it takes place August 28th and 29th at Bluegrass Harley Davidson. We're taking over the entire dealership. This is the largest Harley Davidson dealership in the state of Kentucky, and we literally take the whole place over. The place shuts down for 2 days while we put on this most unique of events, and I'm excited.
Yeah, that definitely sounds amazing to be part of. And I don't know how you managed to get Harley Davidson just to turn over their business to you for a day, but that's pretty solid.
I know, right? Hey, 2 days, 2 days in a row they give it to us, which is amazing. But for an event like this, that they get worldwide attention because the events on pay-per-view. Last year was in 25 states, 6 countries. This year, it looks like we're going to be probably in about 30 something states and about 7 or 8 countries. So I know we already got pay-per-views sold in Portugal, Spain, Germany, Costa Rica, Panama, Mexico, and I believe Honduras already.
So this the event may be happening in Kentucky, but the event's gonna be completely global.
It's going to be a global event, and I'm telling you, it's an event like no other for your listeners and your watchers there who may not be familiar with Bourbon BBQ Mayhem's a 2-day event on Friday night and both Saturday night. We'll fly in pit masters / chefs. Each night, they're going to cook 2 samples of their take on Southern barbecue. We have our great bourbon partners like Noble Funk, Copper and Kings, Pursuit. They're going to have specialty cocktails that they're going to have throughout the event. And the great thing is, for one price, you get unlimited samples, unlimited drinks. You don't have to drink responsibly. We'll have a live band both nights with the DJ. Saturday night, we run it back again. The chefs are back cooking some more, but we add something different, right? Because we have all day Saturday. So Saturday, starting at 11 o'clock, we got the amateur barbecue competition. Then from 1 to 4, we have our pros versus Joes. We have our backyard, our finest backyard pit masters going against our real pit masters. We got celebrity judges who's going to judge, see who wins. They'll take home the title. Then from 5 until whenever, we have the unlimited show band. We have a DJ on the spot, and then once again, you have unlimited samples of both barbecue and bourbon, which is awesome. And then that night, starting at 8 o'clock, when the sun goes down, the mayhem begins. That's when we have championship boxing. We got my man Tim Mayhem Moten. He's in a co-main event, fighting Latif, a big brawler out of Nigeria for the Kentucky heavyweight title. And then we have Jonelle Symbols Taylor going against Tyrese Samuels, and they'll be fighting for the ABO welterweight regional championship. So we got 2 championship fights that night. We got Sebastian Baracol, the #1 cruiserweight out of Costa Rica. He's going to be on the card. We got his boxing mate, Carlos Miendra. He's coming out of Portugal to fight the fight. So we got guys from all over. We're excited. The card's going to be awesome. And what can I say? You got Tim Mayhem Moten and his Mayhem Maniac's going to be there. So you can't beat that.
Oh man, That's completely insane. I appreciate you giving me the complete breakdown of the whole entire event, because it's like when you have a global event and it's happened, of course, it's like I may not be local in, of course, in Kentucky, but it's kind of like it's happened here, happened there in Kentucky, and then you got everyone from around the globe coming to fight at your event, and it's like completely just you're having all eyes on the complete event itself, which is completely just it's honorable that I'm speaking to you, and of course, I guess to Maniac you mentioned before. So it happens like that. So it's a complete honor, and then it's to the point where you have individuals fighting out of Costa Rica, and you mentioned like of course Mr. Mayhem, you got your you got my jury guy you're fighting for the championship. It's got to be a complete honor of just fighting someone from a global aspect of just experience and I would say like how I guess how the fight game works there. I don't really know for sure, but
Yeah,
it's gotta be an eye
this
opener.
this definitely for me is it's a full circle fight. Uh, I'm fighting a real deal veteran in Latif Coyote. He's fought on Showtime. He's fought for interim heavyweight title fights. He's fought for everything that I hope to one day fight for in the near future. So he's definitely the type of fight that I need. And not to mention, it's a special fight as well because Haven and the Bourbon BBQ and Mayhem event is also hosting a the Kentucky State heavyweight title. So for me to win that, it's just something that I'm checking off in my career that I wanted to. Before this, I won the title at the I won the ABO America's heavyweight title, and me and Haven got on the phone and was talking about what we could do to make this event bigger, what we could do to make it better, and what he could do to help me move forward. And getting me the Kentucky State heavyweight title is just it's something that you want to have as a fighter. You want to be your state's fighter. You know what I mean? You want to be the
Mm-hmm.
champion of your state. uh, and then the regional, we got the regional belt, but I got to come back home and get the state title so I can say that I was amongst the greats that came from our state, the heavyweights that came from our state and held the same belt they did. So I'm really stoked about this opportunity.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and you should be stoked, man, because I'm not sure you know, but Kentucky, let me back up. Louisville, the biggest city in Kentucky, is the only city in the world that has produced four heavyweight title holders.
We still hold that title. It's gonna be five soon.
And if he wins the belt, he'll be the fifth one. I mean, we got Ali, Marvin Hart in the 1800s. We got Gray Page, and Jeffrey Ellis. You know, all those guys, won the heavyweight title overall. They all won a Kentucky State title first. So this is like that stepping stone to become greatness. Hopefully Tim can notch his name on that belt and make Louisville the only city that has five heavyweight title holders coming from it. So
Yes,
we're
sir.
excited.
Especially so you're gonna have you're gonna hold a belt that the greats held like Mr. Mayhem, Ali, and now it's to the point where you're actually defending your home state.
Yeah,
So it's kind of
yeah.
like you gotta like I know the pressure is on. I'm not trying to put the pressure on you, but it is. But
No, for sure, for sure. Not only we've got four heavyweight world champions that came from our state, came from our city, and that held this same title. But there's other heavyweights that didn't make it as far, but they're just as great in my book because these are the guys that I researched as a kid coming up when I was thinking about doing this sport and chasing a dream since I was 12. There's other guys in the state that I talk to even still today that won the Kentucky State heavyweight title. And for a while I was looking for a way to fight for this belt. That's why I'm just so glad and thankful that Bourbon Barbecue and Mayhem is happening. That it's with Haven. He's making this event crazy. This is going to be a crazy show. I cannot wait for it to happen.
and I as complete honorable, and it's like it's I can't wait. Um, hopefully I can try to make it there to watch you win the belt and
Yeah,
to
for
the point
sure.
and watching the belt change hands from for the great Ali to of course you're gonna have the Mr. Mr. Mayhem himself, Moten. So it's like wear the belt, and it's like and also Mr. Haven, it's and also you had great people that like I'm gonna Mr. thank Mr. Eddie for Mr. Eddie Donaldson for introducing me to both of y'all two great gentlemen because it's and I appreciate it because without trust I never would have been able to meet y'all, and of course like he mentioned Pursuit Spirits and of course all your amazing sponsors that y'all have. It's like I definitely want to shout all of them out unless you would like to, Mr. Haven, as well. You mentioned some of them earlier.
Oh man, I love to shout out our sponsors. Like so, we got Noble Funk, we have Summit Media and their family of radio stations, which is out there promoting everything. We have Outfront, who's helping us get the billboards and all over town. Man, so many guys are named Rent and Rave is for all the chairs and tables and tents and everything else that goes into the event. Um, sorry, man, we got Oxalotl Arms. They're going to be there, so we're excited to have them. And I think for our sponsors, like I said before, I already mentioned the Copper and Kings, the Pursuit, the Noble Funk, and all the guys is gonna bring the libations, if you will, for the event. So we're excited about that. We got some others that be coming on hopefully today. Uh, we got some other folks coming on, so I'll be excited about those guys as well. And those be on our website. And if you guys are curious, you want to look at this event and kind of see some videos and pictures of the event, what we did last year, hey, just go to bourbonbbqmayhem.com. Uh, as soon as you click on the page, it lights up the video of our event from last year. I'm telling you, you guys are going to be floored because you've never seen anything like this at all. We got the Harleys, we got the barbecue, we got we got a cigar lounge. We have it all, like everything you could possibly ever want in a fight. Barbecue, mayhem, free cocktails, cigar lounge, hand rolled Cuban cigars. It's all there for 2 incredible days.
But I mentioned you said like never seen before, so it's kind of like it's. I never heard of an event like this before. To be honest with you, I never heard of it put together. Of course, especially you have it put together really well, and you have all these moving parts. So, I want to ask you a little bit of background. It's like, what made you want to come up with, of course, the name itself, and exactly how did you want to get involved? Barbecue, bourbon, and fighting.
Uh,
How'd that come about? What made that beautiful contraption? It just
what made
happened.
what made it come together is my day job when I'm not actually my weekend job when I'm not in my day job. I actually have a sports talk radio show here in town called Wake Up 502 / Main Event Sports. Been doing it for 17 years now. Um, and when we first started on a program, it was covering, local college teams, U of L, of course, University of Kentucky, local NFL teams as well. But, we decided to do something different, something nobody else was covering. So we decided to cover like the local fight scene because nobody was covering the local MMA nor the local boxing scene. So we got real, real heavy into the local MMA and boxing scene. I got so heavy into it that for about 4 or 5 years, I still am a licensed boxing judge. And actually I was a judge on Tim's championship fight when he had it. Uh, so when we got into it, of course, Kentucky's the home of bourbon. So I was sitting around one day, my business partner, I was like, man, no, we gotta, I think we can promote fights as well. I may not want to do it like every quarter, like a lot of other local promoters, but man, let's do like a once a year. Let's do like a super big event, and let's do it to where we bring in like your average sports fans and then make them boxing fans. There's a tight knit boxing community in Louisville. There's a tight knit MMA community in Louisville, but they kind of stick to their own little silos and their circles. And I was like, man, this thing is too awesome. We got to share it with everybody. We got to break it out there. And we got to give something that's going to make people excited. It's going to make people come and be a part of the event. So I was like, let's do a bourbon festival. And it was great. So at first, it's just going to be a bourbon festival with boxing. Uh, and then my third business partner, a guy by the name of John Rayleigh, who's actually a celebrity chef. So he travels the country cooking for celebrities. He's a pit master himself. We was actually sitting in his restaurant, Chef's Cut Pizzeria, here on Heights Lane in Louisville, Kentucky. And me and my business partner, Lawrence Winburn, were talking about this event we're putting on. He was like, whoa, whoa, stop. Let me be a part of this. And I was like, let's do barbecue. And I was like, and the name hit me. Let's do Bourbon BBQ Mayhem. He was like, perfect. Hold up. He gets on the telephone, calls like 4 or 5 of his buddies. They're like, when's this taking place? In a month, we'll be there. And literally, so the first time we did it, we literally put the whole thing together like 3 months from like start to finish. Um, and it was just amazing the way everything came together. Like we knew somebody at Harley Davidson because being in a radio, I have to sell ads anyway to kind of keep the show on the air. So I knew a lot of
Mhm.
businesses. So I started calling people, see how much money we can raise to get this thing going. People got excited. People were getting energized. So I was like, yo, let's go. And 3 months later, Bourbon Barbecue and Mayhem was born.
That is beautiful because it's kind of like, and you have all these moving parts like I mentioned before, and the next thing you know, you have, of course, you have big names coming to this. So it's not
Yeah.
just like, it's not just like one of like, oh, it's a fight night. No, it's like it's a main event fight night. That's what I feel like the most so far. You got championships, you got two of them.
Yeah, I mean this year, last year, Tim Mayhem Moten fought a great guy we got in Mexico City, Mexico. Matter of fact, I mean Tim's such an awesome fighter. Dude almost broke his hand trying to hit him in his chest. That's how solid Tim is at heavyweight. Uh, but Tim, we got some great fights. And this year, we just upped it. We started talking some things we wanted to do. The ABO was like, we want to increase our visibility in a boxing community. And they were like, we think your event is the perfect partnership to launch, us taking the ABO to another level. For those who don't know, all the fighters in the world, whether MMA or boxing, there's this website called BoxRec. And every fighter in the world has to be registered, if you want to fight legally, you have to be registered on BoxRec. And BoxRec they keep tabs everything, like all your fights, who you fought, your record, everything. How to get everything about you, your weight, whether you've been suspended, whatever. Anything that a fighter's ever done is on BoxRec. And the ABO was like, you know what? We're going to try to distinguish ourselves among some of the other box organizations. So now they got their titles and BoxRec. They partnered together. So now anybody who wins a title now in the BoxRec account is going to say ABO heavyweight champion, ABO regional champion. So anybody around the world who's looking to book fighters is now going to look and see that you are a champion. So that's huge. So having them partner with us was huge. Working with the commission, the Kentucky State Boxing Commission has been also working with those guys to get the Kentucky heavyweight belt and to present that the fight has just been huge as well. So like for this fight, everything's come together to have like a co-main event, two championship fights to be seen all over is just huge.
So
It's what PBC and Showtime call a double header.
That's right.
yeah, exactly. So of course you're having your championship fight, and even Mr. Mayhem championship fight, even though it's for the obviously for the definitely one of the top championship belts. I feel like to me, because Louisville, Kentucky to me is like, I'm not from there. I'm like currently just hanging out in Tennessee, but it's kind of like I feel like it's a home for me so far because of course people that I've met, everyone that I've met from Kentucky has completely just kind-hearted, an awesome place to be. Of course, you got your hospitality everywhere you go, but for you fighting globally in this situation, how do you feel like that's going to push in your career so far? Just watching your regional fight championship globally happening, how do you feel like it's going to push for so far?
um, so when you say globally, you mean my opponent being from
Now you
Nigeria and
you it being pay per view.
it being pay-per-view. So yeah, that's huge. That's huge. It's huge. It's another way to get my face out there.
Mhm.
It's another way to be a the face of everybody's in the race and the run to be the face of their division boxing, where they're from, their region. It's just another way to build their profile. I remember maybe this was after Bourbon Barbecue and Mayhem won. Haven told me after the fight, our goal is to make you a at home name in Louisville, big enough to be able to sell out the soccer stadium and be able to sell out the put butts in seats at the Yum. And I think that we can do that. I think that this is just another step forward, and you can see the forward progression with having a double header. You went from having no title fights to a double header. You having two title fights on your show. You went from having one of the local support, local fighters, the guys that's coming up, prospects, to having two or three on there, to having more people come. So it shows that it's growing, and I'm stoked that that somebody in Costa Rica that didn't know me is gonna know me after the 29th.
Yeah, they're gonna know you when, like, they're gonna know the change of, like, well, they're gonna see what a Kentucky man when they punch you in the face feels like. Because all your, like, completely, almost all of your wins, of course you're undefeated. All of your wins been like cursed by knockout TKO,
Yeah.
but then you have someone quit on stool.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
they
So
didn't
that's
answer the bell.
TKO.
He didn't.
Yeah, that's a. I don't see any way of me coming out on top. I'm good, and it being a safe outcome.
Yeah, so when you hit the man so hard, you're just like, you know what, we're just gonna have to just end it. It's kind of like Justin Gaethje. It's kind of like, oh,
Yeah,
let me just not get up. I'm just gonna
beat
call it.
beat him into submission. That's exactly what it is.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Beat him into submission.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, here it goes. But also, just kind of, I like to, especially all the fighters, all the boxers I speak to. I like to be part of your legacy. So the thing I like to ask you is, one, how'd you get your call out name? Of course, your ring name.
I really can't remember. I think I was talking with my fiance, trying to figure out what I was gonna do, because for the longest I was just going by my name, Timmy Moten.
Yeah.
And somebody, I think that someone said to her, describing my style, and then my dad had mentioned it before, maybe once, and it kind of like ring a bell, like, because I have to, being a shorter fighter, I have to come forward. So I think one day I was listening to something, and it was just like, you got to bring mayhem. And then I asked her, I was like, what do you think about mayhem? And she was like, she just thinks that the nickname should roll. And my dad was like, yeah, because when you come in the ring, we bring, pandemonium, mayhem. Like, there is no other style for me. And, I'm not the 6'4", 6'3", elegant, moving around, nice movement boxer. No, I wasn't blessed with that. I was blessed with a short neck, thick shoulders. So I got to slip and find my way to you, and I got to get you out of there. So Mayhem Moten, it just rolled to stay with it, and they was just like, it kind of reflects my style. So we kept with it and rolling, and people picked up on it. They loved it. So it's just kind of stuck. Mayhem Moten.
Yeah, 'cause for some reason when you're saying your name, for some reason I want to yell it. Like,
Yeah,
I like the last
yeah.
part. I want to, like, get a whole entire thing, like just molten at the end, just like I don't know why. It's like,
Listen,
don't do it.
if you come to the fight, you'll hear me yell it multiple times. You'll be like, "What was that?" You randomly hear me yell it.
It's
That's when
like
mayhem
it's like
takes over. I just randomly yell it at the fights.
because there's not a lot of I asked a lot of athletes that same question, like, your name, but this so far this is the only name that, like, that I want to yell. I just want to get down with it. I just yell. It's like,
Look, you come to the fight, we can yell it together after the win.
There you go.
it's just like, I get too involved with it. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, also it's like, I like to ask about, like, your what got you involved in, not just boxing itself, but just what created you to be an athlete. Of course, you're a successful athlete, but, like, any sport, you want to just tell me what got you involved in sports itself.
I think for me, sports started off when I was younger, I used to live in the west end of Louisville, Cecil and Greenwood, downtown. And we stayed next to a park they call it Flagey Park. It was a
Hmm.
football field, and me and my friends used to always get together and go play neighborhood football. I knew how to play backyard pitch back tackle before I knew how to play anything. So playing with them, that was kind of like my start into sports. Um, but of course, with that pitchback tackle, there's a lot of hard nosed kids out there. Somebody get tackled too hard, and then fights break out. So I was one of the kids that was always a part of a fight. My dad would be like, hearing all the kids yelling at the field, and he comes out and he's like, "What's the heck is going on?" Like he said, from then I was fighting kids. I may not have been winning them, but I was brave enough to step up and take those fights. Sometimes those fights would be because they're bullying or slamming some other kid, but I was the one that was doing the fighting. And that kind of later, that was from maybe about 10 years old until about 12. I played football. I did flag. I did flag football. I did all the way up until about my senior year, which I think that's when you're about 12, 11, 12, going into middle school. That was my last year playing football. And that's when I started boxing. And initially, I started boxing because I wanted to run the football. So we used to have a weight limit when we played football. So if you was above the weight limit, you had an X on your helmet, a big X. So if your team's color, if you was the Jets and y'all had a white helmet and white and green is the color, the back X would be blue. So I hated having that big old blue X on my helmet because it meant I was too heavy to run the ball. I couldn't touch the football. So I told my dad, I was like, one summer I said I want to run the football because one year I got to run the ball. I was really good at it.
Hmm.
And he said, I know exactly how we can lose weight. So he took me to the gym. I was there for a summer. I had one fight and I lost. And I told him that I wanted to avenge my loss because that was terrible. So I went back and I beat the kid, and the kid actually had like 16 fights. That was my second fight. So my dad was like, you got a knack for it. You can fight a little bit. So and that's when it took off from boxing from there.
It's all that definitely is like I love the story, and usually it always comes down to it. The fact is, it's of course usually I feel like a fighter always protects someone. That's kind of what you did.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
you chose to like defend the guy that was like got slammed and get bullied. I'm pretty sure the guys want to call you back out again. They're not probably gonna do it now though.
Yeah, not now.
They're
Not
gonna do it
now.
again.
No.
Not now.
No, not
Definitely not
now.
now.
Yeah, not now.
Not now though, but it's like this is why I love the sports of the combat sports in itself, because usually it's kind of like your best fighters, your best boxers, and of course it's like there's always there's honor to it in the whole entire system itself, because it's like the fact
Right.
is, like I mentioned in my article itself, like they're defending the little guy, and then of course
Yeah.
it's kind of like you it's protecting people. And then that's
Yeah.
why I love that background you told me. That's like there's definitely just people's got to know that, especially.
Yeah. Yeah. I've even had a couple people buy tickets to fights, and it was kids that back in the day, and it was like, man, you remember when this happened? And then that so they'll bring a story back when I was tussling for them, or probably stood up or defended for them. But I've always just been that type of person.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, obviously, your success is definitely strong. And then, of course, boxing is nothing but cardio, baby. As
Yeah, that's a different type of
Changed
cardio
everybody.
right there.
it's a it's a different type of cardio. But hey, it's kind of like you're a successful heavyweight, and the fact is you're knocking people out, and then it's to the point where throwing hands, and of course getting hit in the face. It takes a lot of difference instead of football, though. I feel like.
Yeah, for sure, for
And
sure.
that's why I mostly cover, like, of course, combat sports, because my co-host, he does football, but I'm like, well, listen, a little bit different when you think with somebody. It's just you and some other dude, and you're just throwing hands with them. It's like it's not the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's a different area. It's a different line of adrenaline. It's a different everything. When you're going in there to knock somebody unconscious versus going in to block somebody or run, get some yards or score a basket. It's different.
Absolutely, it's a tough sport. It's something I don't want to do. It's like I don't talk about it. I'll talk to you instead. I'll ask how do you feel at the end of a boxing match or something like that. How do you feel?
You might be a good what? You about 140. You'd be a good welterweight. 150, 160.
You're actually completely spot on. The 140, 150. I'm like
Yeah,
147.
yeah. I can tell. I can always
I'm
tell from
just
the
sitting
neck
here.
down.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it's completely actually you I was at because of course I had another boxer. He was his last name was Barboza. He was I think he was a welterweight, no light heavyweight or something like that. And he actually I ran into him like not like on an interview, nothing like that. I just ran into him and like during the day, and he looked at me. He said, "Hey, you're about 145," and I was like, I was
We've
like,
been
all right,
judging.
man.
Fighters been judging people's weights their whole life. They got a knack for it. They
You
got a
guys
knack
working the
for it.
carnivals when you retire. Good Lord.
It's like exactly. It's like that's insane. It's like but yeah, I can't remember his first name. He's successful, but he was a two-time like champion in WBO and stuff like that. I can't remember his first name, but I know his last name Barboza. But that reminded me exactly of that because I'm like, it's a whole boxing thing.
Yeah.
But I never hear MMA fighter ever guess weight though.
That's
I don't.
because MMA fighters probably do those extreme cuts, you
They
know?
don't know what to do. Hey, listen, I'm not doing that, but it's like, what is your when you're walking to the ring, what is kind of like your feeling? Of course, you're locked in, but it's kind of like, what is that feeling to you before you walk out to when you first get in there and they call your name? Like, what does that feeling mean to you?
um, it means a lot. There's a lot of different emotions when I'm in there. It's like the peak. So you've got weigh-ins. I say it's all a fight week. So if you've ever looked
Absolutely.
at people's fight week preparation, they've got media workout, they got media day, they've got press conference, they've got weigh-ins, and then after the weigh-ins, you go to the hotel. The next time you see them, it's time they're getting ready to go fight. So the whole week is just full of so many different emotions. And then when you finally get to that walk, for me, it's kind of like you start running through your checklist. Um, you start checking off everything that you did. Um, and I do this before I get to the door because let's say when I go to the door, I'm checking everything off here as Tim. This is the best
Mhm.
way I could put it. Tim is checking off everything here because I'm about to release the reins to Mayhem. So
Oh.
when I get to the door and I walk through, that's when Mayhem takes over. So you're gonna have the entertainment coming from King Mayhem is gonna entertain you from walking to the ring there. And then when I get in the ring, I have to take over and I have to be very violent and harmful and I want to hurt somebody. And that's when he takes over. So that's the best way I can put it for you because otherwise that I had to learn how to do that because Mayhem wasn't around when I was an amateur. When I was an amateur, everything was, you know, really textbook. I learned from a great fundamental coach. Um, he taught me textbook style boxing, and you 3 rounds, 3 minutes of doing your homework and taking a test. But as a professional prize fighter, um, my goal is to hurt you. It's not to show you that I can jab, step over, and make a pretty move. That may be a part of my game. It may not be, but for me, my number one goal is to hurt you so we can either make this a short night or we can make this a real decisive fight. Um, so yeah, so when I get in there, I have so many emotions, but Mayhem caps all that off and it's just time to go to work.
You don't get paid by the hour, man. You
You
don't
don't
get
get
paid by
paid
the
by the
hour.
hour,
Not at all.
baby.
it's it's like it's to the point. Hopefully, it's like I'm definitely rooting for you, of course. But it's kind of like it seems like you always want to fight. So hopefully your opponent has the same mindset
Yeah,
as you because that's what the thing is. That's what you want the Bourbon Barbecue Mayhem to be is because it's going to be just complete just like your horse your name just mayhem
yeah,
happening.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
for sure.
and
And
it's
that's, I'm coming in there to rip him apart. So I can all I can do is hope he prepared. That's all you can. You do is hope he prepared for a good fight.
It's like the what you gonna find out with the Kentucky American made. There's American made and you got Kentucky American made. It's a little different. It's not the same thing. It's like
yeah, we definitely different.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like I love Kentucky, so it's kind of like it's to the point where it's beautiful, and especially Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah,
it's like a beautiful city. The vibe there is completely just insane, and so,
yeah.
so hopefully,
it's a small city with big amenities.
so that's what I have to do now. Now, when it comes down to it, it's kind of like I'm looking back at the interview. I'm like, well, hopefully, I don't want to say nothing crazy because I like putting juju nothing like that. But it's like, it's like I'm talking to the future of one that held the belt with Ali. So
yeah, for sure. Listen, man, we gunning for it all. We trying to take it all. This is gonna be a breakout year. I'm so happy this fight's happening, and man, I hope you can be there.
absolutely, and
It's better
Mr.
to see y'all taste all that barbecue that's down there. I guess my favorite part. That's Tim's favorite part.
Hey,
After
the
the
best
fight.
about being a heavyweight, you don't have to cut weight. So as soon as it's over,
it's like, well, hey, it's kind of like we're not doing the Patty Pimplett thing. We're just gonna go ahead and do everything.
Everything.
there you go.
It's just like that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. But it's like, hey, Mr. Haven, it's kind of like this, and out of everything, out of all this stuff like that, of course, the Bourbon BBQ like mayhem that you're gonna have, especially, is kind of like get your baby. So it's, of course, it's global. But how do you feel exactly what you feel is going to come about it at the end of the night? Of course, you have it global. Like, how would you feel about somehow trying to get like maybe like of course, your WBOs and stuff like that, belts, stuff like that. There, I feel like it could definitely work. If that to you, if you feel the same way
Oh,
as
man,
me.
that's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Every year we want to grow this thing and make it bigger, and we want the impact of this event to grow and be bigger. Last year we had Operation Barbecue. They were our nonprofit that we supported last year. And for those who don't know, Operation Barbecue is a phenomenal organization. It's a group of pit masters. They come together and they feed folks after natural disasters and things of that nature. So, like the tornadoes they just had up in Indiana and Illinois, they'll be up there feeding the first responders, feeding the folks who lost their homes, things of that nature, and make sure that they get a good meal for however long it takes. These guys have passed out more than 11 million free meals to earthquake survivors, tornadoes, hurricanes, the whole nine. So we was happy to have them here last year to help, raise some money for them. This year we got Kentuckiana Friends of V. Um, they're our signature nonprofit partner. We're here to help raise money for them. And what they do is that they do a lot of cancer research. They've done, tens of millions of dollars in cancer research. So we're happy to help them. And we got Operation Barbecue back. So now we have like two nonprofit partners that we're helping this year. So like I said, we just want to make this thing bigger, better. We want to grow it. And eventually, we want this thing to be at the fairgrounds where hundreds of thousands of people are there, where we're doing the WBO title. We're doing like Floyd Mayweather level fights and things of that nature. So that's our goal with Bourbon Barbecue Mayhem. Our other goal is, I think it's time for this to travel. I think it'd be cool if we can get, we got fighters coming from Portugal, Costa Rica. I've been talking to them already. So I say, hey, how about we have a big Central America fight, and we'll do like in Panama City, Panama.
Yeah,
And make it big. And, so I think that's our next step.
like and also it's kind of like I do appreciate that, like, of course, organizations representing, of course, the nonprofit organizations donating a lot of donating tributes to, of course, cancer patients, stuff like that. But also, and I like how you mentioned, because this is the second time I mentioned this, somebody that was, of course, of a promoter, is Clarksville, Tennessee. I may say Carolina boys for here. That's where I'm originally from, but I'm actually based in Clarksville. My partner is, of course, in South Carolina. But
My
we
son
have
was in
two.
Clarksville, Tennessee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually, we have. Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
there this weekend.
You was there this weekend?
I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming this weekend to Clarksville, Tennessee, to see my son and my new grandson. So he's like a month old. So I'm excited to come down to see him. So yeah, I'll be in Clarksville this weekend.
If we ran into each other, we run into, I'll take a picture with him.
There we go.
And then it's like, I know Clarksville, we got, of course, you've seen the F and Bank Arena.
Yeah.
And also, it's even if it's like, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure you're gonna fill out all the seats there. Like the way Mayhem Barbecue is gonna be, it's like, and of course you have the Wilma Rudolph Center.
Mm-hmm.
They had like one like I said, they had only had one fight there, but it's kind of like they could throw some bleachers or something like that out there, and it's like complete yards, and it's like the whole entire park just throw barbecue. I seen them throw a barbecue thing before, but now if they could just throw some fights in there, they'll change it up. Hey, it's
Hey,
just
there we
hey,
go.
I like throwing options.
Change it up.
Hey, that's why. Hey, when you come to Bourbon BBQ Mayhem at Harley Davidson, you're gonna love the way this is set up because half the parking lot is tents full of barbecue, the whole nine, and then the other half of the parking lot is all for the fights. We have bleachers surrounding. We have the ring in the middle. Of course, got some bleachers surrounding that. Then you got chairs, tables. Uh, we have lights, the whole nine. So it's a whole fitness atmosphere that we could take anywhere and travel. So, hey, Clarksville may be next. You never know.
Hey, I'll love to be the bridge for here. Even though you already have family here, but I love to be the bridge here because I love Clarksville. It's a beautiful home, and it's kind of like it's growing. Just like the fight games are growing here, so it's like, hey, I love to have barbecue here, and I like Mayhem Barbecue here. And I have you, and it's like, hey, it's gonna be awesome.
I'm excited. Like I said, I'll be in Clarksville this weekend, and then September 6th, because like I told you before, I got a Sports Talk radio show as well. So
Mhm.
September 6th, University of Louisville is playing Ole Miss at, I think it's the last game, the Nissan, not the last game, Nissan Stadium, but the last hurrah for Nissan Stadium, September 6th. So I'll be there to watch, to watch that game, and hopefully, in a couple of years when they finish the new Nissan Stadium, which is awesome. I've seen like the renderings. I've taken a tour of it before. Oh my God, man, that new Nissan Stadium is unreal.
Who
Unreal.
plays there?
The
The
Tennessee
Titans.
Titans.
Oh, the Titans they do have a new field. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this gonna be it's like the building is literally like twice the size of old Nissan Stadium, but it seats like 3,000 less people.
And
Really?
can you
Yeah.
imagine like they have been talks of having was it the Super Bowl there? They're gonna try to have
Yeah.
it 2027 or something like that, maybe.
There's Super Bowl there. They have there's like a concert venue inside. That thing's gonna be it's gonna be I can't wait.
I live
I
like
want
40
to do a
minutes
Bourbon
away. I haven't been
Barbecue
there yet.
Mayhem there. That'd be dope with
The
the tractor roof and all. Oh yes,
that that would be definitely the dream. And like it's kind of like, can you imagine? It's kind of like you're gonna be the like definitely you control this essential area of boxing itself because I don't see a lot of them here. So
yeah.
it's kind of like, and this will be your area in the boxing world right here. It's gonna happen.
It is. It's going to happen. Like I said, this is the second one. I'm already planning to work on the third one already, and this one hasn't been done yet. We're already playing our third barbecue mayhem. So I'm excited. Like I said, every year it gets bigger and better.
Absolutely, and it's kind of like sorry, I got a little choke on my little throat now because I got too excited. This is a wonderful interview. I'm excited because I'm excited for the barbecue, and if hey, even if I can't even make it, I'm probably just gonna ask you to send it to me. I'll drop it off.
Will do.
But yeah, and I appreciate you speaking to me, and of course, y'all give me your time and stuff like that to talk to me. I'm happy to be part of of course this whole entire event because it's global. And the thing is, I learned something new today. And then so this pay per view is going to be sick. Hopefully, it's definitely going to sell out in different countries. And that's why it's definitely going to sell out in Kentucky. And of course, now you got Clarksville, Tennessee, if you're rolling this thing. So
There you go.
I appreciate y'all's time. Is there anything I want to say to anyone for you, Mr. Haven, and of course you, Mr. Tim, before we log off here today?
Yeah, I was say, hey, check us out at our website, bourbonbbqmayhem.com. Everything you want to know about the event is going to be up there. You can check out our YouTube page at Main Event Combat. I'll put all the fights up after events over with. All the fights will be up on our YouTube page at Main Event Combat. Like and subscribe. Catch us on Instagram at Main Event Combat. For the old people out there watching, Facebook at Main Event Combat. So yeah, check us out. And hey, you also got to check my man. This man's social media is next level. Tim Mayhem Moten. Check him out all over Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, the whole nine. He's doing it all, but I'm serious, man. Check him out.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well,
you can follow me on Timothy Moten on Facebook, Mayhem Moten for everything else. But if you Google Timothy Mayhem Moten social media, it'll all pop up. And stay tuned. See, this is another step in a partnership for me, and I'm glad that I got to meet you. I got to, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be more faces that I get to meet. But this has been a long journey for me, and we still got a full tank of gas. So um, tune in, come to Mayhem Bourbon and Barbecue, and watch me do my best to incapacitate another man.
absolutely. Well, I can't wait for the world to see the mayhem happen in Louisville, Kentucky.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
And thank y'all so much. Thank you.